Back to another video. Okay, so today's topic is literally what I'm gonna put on my TikTok video. And if y'all don't follow me, y'all need to follow me. So make sure y'all like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. But today's topic is going to be about the fruit you bear. So it's going to be mindful of the fruit you bear. Okay, so I'm gonna just start off with that because I feel like a lot of people are going through struggles that are unnecessary, going through struggles, and I'm not saying that your struggles is invalid. I'm not saying that your struggles is, you can be living your best life and now one day, next day you're not. I'm not saying none of that. I'm saying that people are going through unnecessary struggles, okay? Unnecessary struggles meaning if you just chose the easier path, you would have been forward, or you would have been a little bit better at what you or what you are doing, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so okay, so I was watching a TV show and it was called Stranger Things. For all the people that's a Stranger Things fans, clock it, and lock in. So I was thinking like, how do they get into the underground world, right? How do they see the human beings that's on top of the world? They see with their clear eye, but also the Demogorgon sees what they see too. And the real world looks exactly similar to the underground world. In this underground world, there's detectives, there's spies, there's FBI agents. There are a whole bunch of people that are trying to get one reality into another reality. And this is half of our lifestyle. Half of our lifestyle, if we don't pray, if we don't repent, and we don't do the things that we need to do that is necessary, then we are literally letting the devil see with our eyes. Because literally the devil society and what the devil has for us, it literally looks normal, but it's just darker. It looks cool, it looks fun, but it's not. So it's something that is like an underground world, like an underground dark world. And mind you, this underground dark world has been on many TV shows like Hercules, if you watch Titans, if you watch a lot of like animated kid shows. If you're interested in watching animated kid shows, you don't have to be necessarily interested. But it's on a lot of things, and I just want to say that it is an underground dark world. So when you come and you cross boundaries with your underground dark world, you're going to see that everything looks the same, but it feels completely different. Every single thing looks the same, and it may look like, okay, this is normal, this is good or whatever, but it's not. It's completely different. Okay, so how does that have to connect with what I just said, right? The topic that I just said of what be mindful of what fruits you do, be mindful, because if you're not mindful of the things that you say, things that you do, the things that you act on, then you will become one of the Demogorgons. You will become one of the people who has crossed over into an unknown world, unknown place, and you will literally be a vessel, a tool for Satan. You would be a vessel for Satan. And you could have been like, well, I was going to make a decision and I just never got to make the decision. Like I said on my other videos, you have no more time to sit here and waste and say that I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm going to do this in the next 3 years. I have youth you have no more time to sit here and smoke and to sit here and drink and to sit here and party all day, all night, to sit here and not make a decision about the lifestyle and the things that you want to do. Mind you, smoking, partying, and playing was only temporarily. That was only like, okay, one day out of the week you could do that. Because the people in the 1980s, people in the 1990s, they didn't smoke and party or drink unless they were entertainers. Entertainers, they were getting paid to be a stripper, getting paid to do performances, getting paid to do plays, getting paid to do all these different things. But now this become a lifestyle for everybody. Everybody want to become a rapper. Everybody want to become a singer. Everybody want to become something that makes a lot of money because they're like, I don't see myself doing anything else. I don't see myself going outside living in my dreams, even though I want to become a hairstylist or a nail tech or a lash license. It's not going to make me as more money as working out in the nurse field, working out being a doctor, working out being a student, being a teacher, different things. And it's like you have to come to a realization that you have to live your life the way that you want it to be. You have to think and act on the things that you want it to be, because it's not going to change with you just saying a word, saying affirmation, but it's going to change when you put in the work to do many things. When you put in the work to say many things, when you put in the work of actually becoming, that's when the life is going to be changed, because it's like you're becoming a different person. Okay, so yeah, so how does that have to do with the fruit that you bear? Because I could see somebody still confused about everything I just said. Okay, so the fruit that you bear is always going to look like fruit. Okay, your bad deeds, and this is what I'm saying, your bad deeds, they're deeds. Okay, they're not like just things that you said. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing, and they're not mistakes. They're deeds. That's why they call it deeds, because deeds is not a mistake. It is something that you intentionally did with purpose or with a reason to it. Okay, so if you sit here and say, okay, so I'm gonna give you an example. So if you sit here and say, today I'm going to go crash my ex car because I hate him. You know, he took some money of mine. You know, he took this of mine. He got a new girlfriend. He got a new this. He got a new that. All this in the third, right? I'm gonna go crash his car. I'm gonna go burn his house down. Take his little doggy. Take his little fish. Okay, so now this has become, just before you act on it, this has become a deed that you already, you necessarily thought in your head. Now it's going to become an action, especially when you have a thought in your head and your voice, your inner voice keeps talking to you. It keeps saying, yeah, you should go destroy his car, because who do you think he is? Yeah, you should go take his fish, because he shouldn't have none. You should go do this, you should go do that. Once that inner thought starts to become louder than your heart, or starts to become louder than what is right, then you become the villain in that moment. You become the villain in that second, in that hour. And then you go do it, and then you go feel so bad for doing it. Because it's like, why would I do that? Like, that was part of the revenge, but I didn't took it a topper notch than what I was supposed to take it at. And this is how most of us think, especially like if you're a crash out. If you're a crash out, then you'll be thinking like, I don't even think about my thoughts. I don't think about my feelings. I just think about the fact that they did this, and I'm going to do this next. And that's not the way to live life. That's not even the way to think. That, oh yeah, just because somebody did this, I'm going to go to the highest extent, top notch, top level, because I gotta prove that I'm better. I gotta prove that I can do this. I gotta prove something to this person. When this person is probably not even thinking about you. They got Netflix on, chilling with back chilling. So you have to be more mindful of the things that you say, the things that you think, and the things that you do. The things that you think are going to become actions. The things that you say are going to be manifested either in the universe, or it's going to be manifested through some other way. It's going to be manifested. So it's good to not say things that you're not going to do. Or it's good to say things that you're going to do. Okay, so that's just being mindful. Now, if you're still confused, my love, you're still confused, I'm not sure what else to tell you. But I do know that all the people who haven't chosen a path to be on, haven't chosen a path or a side, and you're still out here doing whatever you want, because you think that you have all the time in the world. You think that something is just going to happen, you're just going to get your stuff together at that moment. You have no more time. You have no more time to sit here and go another year, another month, another decade without deciding that your religion is this and why, and having a reason behind it. Don't just say, oh, I'm a Muslim, and then be like, okay, because I don't want God to get mad at me and get, throw his wrath down and throw his punishment down, so I'm a Muslim. Oh, I'm a Christian because I don't want Jesus to come in, beat me up, knock me out. I'm a Christian. I don't want, you have to have a good, valid reason behind your choices that you make. Even if it's the wrong choices, You have to have a valid reason behind it. You can't just say, I'm going to do something because I want to do it. I'm going to say something because I want to say it. That's not what life is about. Life is intentional. Life is purpose. Life is to be taken very serious. It's to be taken not as a joke. Yeah, we joke around, we'll, waste some time, we'll waste some, energy or whatever. But after that, it's time to lock right back in with your work, to lock right back in with your life. It's not to be taken as playfulness. And half of the youth, that's all y'all do is play. What do you do at work? I play at work. And I scroll on TikTok, I scroll on Instagram, I scroll on Twitter. What do you do? What do you do at home? Do the same thing I do at work. So I'm not even working in the field that I said I was going to work in, because it's technically either it's too easy, or I don't know how to do it, or it's just I feel like I'm supposed to be doing something else, but I'm lost. This is your sign. You are supposed to be doing something else. If you feel that you're lost, you see that it's God calling you to do something else, to get out that field that you're working in, or get out that home that you're working in, get out that relationship that you're in, whatever it is, this is your sign to move out of those places. Move out of that way. Move out of those people. Because it's only holding you back from you seeing your highest potential. Okay? So everybody doesn't think like you. If we're being quite honest, you have to be around the people who thinks like you. Not the people who looks like you, not the people who want to be you, not the people who thinks that highly of you, not the people who respect you. Yeah, that's cool to be respected, to be honored, to be, all these things and more. But you have to be around the people who think like you. They actually understand you. And if you don't have those type of friends that actually understand you, those type of family members, those type of people in your life that actually understands you, then you do not have too much to sit here and say, to sit here and say, I can keep this around. I could fight for this. I could die for this. Because I wouldn't want to die for nobody who wouldn't want to die for me. I wouldn't even want to show grace for somebody who doesn't want to show grace for me. And that's regardless of religion. That's just actually factually speaking. Okay? So, like I said, back to the point I was on. If you do not be mindful of the fruit you bear, if you do not be mindful of the things you say, the things that you do, you will become a tool for Satan. I'm jealous of this person, so guess what? I'm gonna act out of my jealousy. Especially if you're a crash out. Especially if you have a high, no emotional intelligence. Then you will be that thing. You will be the demogorgon. You will be the demon. You will be that person that is just manipulated by the devil because you had no authority of your own. And you wasn't with God. Now, I'm not saying okay, and then I'm also saying for the people who want to be manipulated, who want to be lied to, who want to stay in the same relationship, I'm not sure why you clicked on this video, but you might as well go ahead and scroll off. This is for the people who have not made a decision. This is for the people who have made a decision, but they're in between going back. If you already have made a decision to get your life together, you have already made a decision to sit here and focus on yourself and on God's word and do the things that God has called you to do, then by all means necessary, you are on the path that He's put you on. Do not go back to what you came from. Okay, and that's like a lesson for me too. Do not go back to the situations that you came from. The situation that you came from served no purpose. It does not serve any purpose. And the worst part about it, that it don't serve any purpose. It doesn't serve any purpose, and it's going to take from you. If you go back to those relationships, they're not only going to just sit and smile in your face, but they're going to take things from you. They might steal $1 billion in your account. Okay, if you have $1 billion. They might steal, some jewelry and sell it online. It's so much things that can happen. So it's not safe for you to go back. I'm just being honest. It's not safe. So now back to the situation, because I always get off topic. Always, especially in the middle of the video, I always get off topic. But the fact still remains that if you are anything you are using emotions daily on a consistency, then the devil can easily use you because you use emotions. You use emotions to describe life. You use emotions to describe yourself. You use emotions to describe your thinking. And once you start using emotions, then the emotions control you. That means it's easier for the devil just to learn the emotions that you have and control you. And if you act off anger, it's way more easier for you to be controlled than any other emotion. Because anger, it releases toxicness. It releases waste. It releases poisonous that you can't physically see, but that's what it releases. Okay, so like I said, I'm not yelling at y'all. I don't be yelling at y'all in any videos. Y'all see that like my volume on my videos, most of the times you have to turn it up so you can actually hear it, or put some headphones in so you can actually hear it. But most of my videos, I do not mean to yell. I do not mean to be like so serious, because you know that's not what I am. But I'm being serious about this matter of this cause. Because if you want to make anything in your life good, anything in your life happen, anything in your life change, then you must take the first step of changing yourself. That's why Michael Jackson said, I'm looking at the man in the mirror. I'm the man in the mirror. If I want to see a change in anything, I must change myself. Because that's just the universal ways. Doesn't matter what you believe in. That's the universal ways of becoming whatever you're meant to become. So, like I always said, you have to stay guided. You have to stay guarded up, and you have to stay guided and guarded up because we are in a war. Don't forget that this is a spiritual war and this is a physical war too. Some of y'all might already been experiencing a physical war too, but this is a spiritual and physical war that we're fighting. And I'm telling you right now, the gates are closing up. The gates are closing up. You don't have time to sit here and procrastinate with your life. You don't have time to sit here and think about things that doesn't serve you any purpose. And to act off anger, please don't act off anger. If it's anything in life, please do not act off anger. It's not going to help you. It's going to harm you more than you already are damaged. Because think about it, we all are damaged in some type of way. But it's going to harm you farther than what you've been already enduring. Okay? And I don't want to make this video super long. I do want y'all to check out my TikTok. I do want y'all to check out my other posts. And as always, good morning, good evening, and good night.